Even more library.
This shelf is stuffed tight with files without really thinking. Better pick one at random.
Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file.
Huh?
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling what crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it.
Without making a sound, I return the file to the shelf. Why are there two? I can't. How do I... There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto this bookshelf.
If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful.
Huh? What do you mean?
All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak.
Oh?
Nice.
Oh. There's something up in that corner that I don't think I can even reach. Oh, if I knew it was just that.
The most important of the things.
Indeed.
No. That's not what I wanted to click on.
That's right.
Look, there's a bunch of little things down here, and I wanted to click on these. There's a wooden box. It's empty, although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. Wonder what it was.
There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library.
An extension cord, huh?
Hmm.
Wait a minute.
That's right. Byakuyo's mom was an extension cord.
Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? I don't abide lamp racism here. It was here before, then I moved it over there.
Lamp is unacceptable. It's 2021, come on.
Haven't you seen the Nigahiga lamp memes? It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Nice.
Double nice.
What the heck? Okay, I guess this one. There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
Those documents are dangerous.
Dangerous.
They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner.
You mean like members of the Diet or something?
No, I mean the ones with real power, the secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look.
Be disappeared.
There are some very interesting people in there.
You're just kidding, right?
Am I?
I'll just let it go for now.
So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person could ever see. Isn't it magnificent?
This can't be for real, right?
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit in your preconceived reality, you label it a lie.
Well, it's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but... I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together?
I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps, the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored.
It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal.
What's wrong? You still can't believe it?
What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What do you mean, usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything.
You don't pull your punches, do you?
Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt.
hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be, like, top secret confidential stuff, right? So why?
My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty.
Huh?
Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic.
How is that possible?
In other words,
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing.
This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind.
And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case.
As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is at every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way.
Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro.
Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out.
Huh?
In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about the aspects of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. That's what she said.
So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple. The culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
in other words,
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us.
So then, Genocide Jack really is such a brutal fiendish killer, really is walking around among us?
interesting.
Among Us.
I always win among us. I don't know. Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become a part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself.
That's what she said.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get on my knees. I don't even want to do this search anymore.
I think we're already on our knees, given how much taller he is than us.
Yeah, true. Hold on. What could I possibly need to check?
Talk to Byakuya.
Bacula.
Oh, because I didn't, I didn't do the other thing.
Byakuya.
There's a ton, all the files, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, because I have to do the other... What?
Oh, dude, was it the middle shelf you clicked on?
Oh, maybe.
Oh! Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file, could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time, Baka. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you.
It's not like I wanted you to read this report or anything.
Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had been collected. Oh jeez. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuhiro Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kano Ase, 14, Takashi Yoshida, 30, Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gano, Ukida Nohisa, Takashi Masumune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in the exact same way. In the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood.
So, my dirty little pay pig, now take a look at the next page, and you'll find another interesting tidbit.
The next page. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays or at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there's any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. Did I not call it with Toko? I called it.
Yeah, I think you did. The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality.
A split personality? Like the kind of thing you see on TV? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb.
Nice.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon.
Huh? Where are we going?
Anywhere but here. We've finished our business here, haven't we?
Wait, Byakuya.